All right, so the Bethesda conference.
Oof.
So it was all right. Not too much new stuff. There was some. So first off, the thing they kicked it off with was the VR stuff. Bethesda VR.
Which actually introduced like some new things.
Well, they have VR for Doom and VR for Fallout. But both will be on HTC Vive only.
Yeah, honestly, I was kind of surprised. I mean, I guess because you were saying they didn't want to, maybe didn't they didn't want to pick favoritism, or maybe it's
Yeah,
because the
they
HTC Vibe is more accessible for everyone, arguably.
that too. I mean, PlayStation has the PlayStation VR.
Mhm.
I don't know if it would be able to handle that stuff. I mean,
You don't think?
Farpoint is out, and that did well. I don't think that it would have a problem with it, but I mean, maybe they just wanted to focus on HTC Vive because it was out already
Hmm.
and they could do that stuff. And then most computers can already handle that
Right.
type of game for VR. Um,
But no, I mean the VR showcase was fine. It looked good. Definitely, I think for Fallout that's gonna be a crazy experience, and especially for Doom because everything is so fast paced.
I like that Fallout is the whole open world. You can just venture around, pick stuff up, customize your towns and everything
Hmm.
with the controllers.
Right.
That would be a lot of fun. Doom, I feel like they for Fallout you can move around without like having to point and then like teleport, and
Right.
I really don't like that feature that a lot of VR games have. You like teleport to places.
Hmm.
I really don't like it. It helps with not getting nauseous, but I mean Farpoint's doing well. Um,
What kind of game is Farpoint?
Farpoint is like a first person shooter where it's VR and you get
Hmm.
to walk around. Um,
Gotcha.
I played one game that's kind of like that. I did get motion sickness from it. It was, but that was because you were constantly like going up and down and up and down,
Oh
and
my gosh,
that
yeah,
that
that
makes me.
I mean, you play VR, or you have a lot more experience in VR than I do, but when I play, I it takes
I
me
mean,
time to get used to it. I
in
get motion
Fallout, it's
sickness.
it's mostly like parallel,
Right.
unless you descending from somewhere, but it's not too bad. There's not so much running up and down and everything.
But no, as someone who got very immersed in Fallout and is a huge Fallout fan, I think it would be pretty awesome to play Fallout in VR.
So Doom has the teleporter thing, and the thing is, Doom's such a fast-paced game. It's gonna feel awkward, like, oh, I have to teleport over here and then shoot this guy and look over this way and shoot that
Hmm.
guy, then teleport while somebody's running towards me, instead of like strafing to the left or right, or and shooting like that. It's just gonna be a hassle, like having to teleport all my movements.
Hmm.
So we'll see how that goes. I think Fallout will do better on VR than Doom will. I think Doom's gonna just fall
Yeah,
short.
yeah. Doom's gonna be
Yeah.
too insane on that.
New thing that Bethesda announced that not everybody is happy with is Creation Club.
Oof, no, Bethesda.
So I see what they were trying to do. They're trying to streamline modding and make it safe for everybody. You don't have to download it off of like weird websites, or I mean make mods safe for people. The only thing that a lot of people had comments about were that you'd have to pay for these mods, right? All these mods are usually, I mean, you can find them free, but the I mean, you can't like hire somebody to do a mod for
Hmm.
you and not pay them.
It's funny because I did some research and I found on a few different articles that Bethesda had actually mentioned that the Creation Club would be free because that would prevent with them more benefits than
I think
not.
maybe some mods would be free, but like there's gonna be some that are like changing like the whole texture of
Mhm.
something, and
Right.
it would take a lot of work and people would need to pay for it.
But that pisses me off because we actually had some great mod. I play Fallout with mods, and we've had some great mods that affect the environment that
Hmm.
totally free, and they worked fine. And I guess they're kind. It's I see, yeah, exactly. I see what they're getting, but it's kind of ruining it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean I like streamlining mods. I wouldn't mind paying for a mod. You don't have to pay for a mod. But I mean, like if you want safe content that's is developed by the the Bethesda
Hmm.
team, then I mean you're
I
gonna have to pay
also
for it.
I'm also curious. I didn't research this, but I saw that when they were showcasing the Creation Club, you don't purchase it with money. It wasn't purchased with
It's like
money. It was
points,
like it was called credits. I'm pretty
credits.
sure. So I don't know how
Oh,
that
you know what? It might be like
because I saw 20
achievements.
like
I think achievements will get you credits.
you
It might be
think?
that.
Because I saw something, because I don't know how this translates to money or achievements, but it said, I saw one particular thing while they were showcasing 25 credits for this certain thing. And that, like, is was just a red flag to me. I'm just like, what does that mean? Like,
Well,
anyway, but a lot of people are upset with
so
that.
we'll see if you like it. If you don't, it's just gonna be back and forth. It's gonna happen anyways.
What do you think about the, like, whole Bethesda land thing? Like, the whole showcase, pretty
Oh,
much, in
the
general.
just like how they did all the transitions and
Hmm.
stuff. I always love Bethesda's like old timey
Very,
stuff.
very quirky. They have a personality
Yeah.
to them, and they I think they're very good at presenting themselves. Whether that not necessarily, even
Show
if you don't
timey.
even if you don't agree with what they're showing, I think just the way they show things is still
I mean,
a solid.
I think they could have been a little flashier for this E3, but I mean they do their own thing, and I think it's we're used to seeing them do that type of thing,
Hmm.
especially in Fallout. So they relate back to that a lot. Um, the next thing that they talked about was
Skyrim.
Elder Scrolls Legends.
The card
So
game.
the card game. So they're doing a new expansion pack, probably with like new cards or something. I haven't personally played it. I know that some people play it. It's probably like Hearthstone. I've seen a lot of our
Hmm.
friends play more Hearthstone than Elder Scrolls Legends.
But
Um, mhm.
I still find it really interesting that Bethesda, in particular, they like to experiment with apps, with games. Like Fallout Shelter, they made upon the release of Fallout 4, and that exploded. It like won. It didn't win Game of the Year awards, but it won specific app awards on the on the store, and it did really well.
Hmm.
So I've heard good things about the Legends game. I've just never played it,
Yeah,
honestly.
I'm not really familiar with it at all.
Nah.
The expansion pack is going to be called Heroes of Skyrim, and that comes out in June 29th. So at the end of this month,
Wasn't
probably.
there also like a Dark Brother? It was like
Well,
a Dark Brotherhood storyline type
there's
of thing
going
with
to
it.
be Dark Brotherhood content, so there's going to be probably some story. Um, I don't know how the card game works. There's
Right.
probably something like that in there. Uh, so we Skyrim has also been announced for Nintendo Switch, which is
They
crazy
did some cool things
because
with it too.
yeah,
Go for it.
but I mean, first of all, Nintendo Switch is handheld. You can walk anywhere and just play. So like having Skyrim wherever you are like is incredible because I've always wanted like an open world game and being able to just play it on the bus or
Hmm.
on the car ride to wherever or like even on the plane or something like that.
But the thing that they did that was really cool is that the way that they did it with the Nintendo Switch, how it comes off the system and you use it like numchucks.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
They totally changed some of the
So
mechanics of the game, which is
so
really interesting and new.
yeah, so with the Nintendo Switch, you have well, I forget what the controllers are like. I think they're called Joy Cons,
Right.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so the whole console is like a screen itself. You can lay that screen down, take off the Joy Cons, and you can play it normally, but you can also like Legend of Zelda style, block with a shield and then swing.
Hmm.
So that might change the mechanics a little. That might feel really good too. I think that's gonna do really well. And
And it looks so good in that small screen. I've actually
it's
never seen a
still
Nintendo Switch in person.
it's still it looks really good actually. It's not I don't think it's not 4K, but it's definitely like
No.
1080,
Yeah.
definitely. And another thing that they announced were amiibos for Nintendo
Ooh.
because Nintendo always has those amiibo figures and they showed just the Nintendo Switch. They brought an amiibo towards Skyrim, the game of Link,
Yeah, and you just
and
see Link
the
running through
the character that you're
Skyrim.
playing as just has the uniform
Hmm.
and the Master Sword and the shield, and it just looks kind of awkward. It looked
Yeah.
a little strange, but
Dude,
it's
picture Mario or Princess Peach in that
yeah, that'd
game.
be
Like
kind of weird.
I don't really understand that, but it's still really interesting and cool. Like
Can you imagine just having like an ocarina in Skyrim?
that'd be pretty
It's
crazy.
weird. It's like one of those mods that I just would stay away from.
Oh my god.
Probably.
Yeah. But still pretty interesting,
Interesting.
nevertheless.
Definitely.
So what about the two?
I don't know when that's coming out though.
No, I don't know. I didn't really hear many releases from them. What about the two sequels that they're planning though?
The sequels.
Not sequels, but just the
Oh,
next.
okay. So the first sequel coming October 13th is The Evil Within 2.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't know. I didn't really play a lot of Evil Within. I know Chris did. Chris played a lot of it. I don't think he gave it a great review.
I started the game and but I didn't finish it, and but I've watched a lot of stuff online because I always watch YouTubers do walkthroughs because I find it entertaining. I thought it was awesome. I don't know.
It looks pretty good. Did we see gameplay? Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm. See, people didn't like how there's that. It's like it couldn't establish itself as a certain genre. They'd mix sci-fi and horror and like investigation, like you like the way you work your way around different crime scenes and stuff like that, or whatever it was really weird. But I thought it was really innovative in a way.
They're adding new enemy types. I know that. There's more story. I think the main character's daughter is alive and he's looking for them.
And it would the trailer was really like psychological and mind bending. I really loved the way they did it.
Yeah.
You remember like how he would get pulled in? There was that whole
the whole puddle thing.
Yeah, and then he would see his daughter get burnt in flames and stuff, and it was just like really psychological, and you didn't really know what was going on, but that was the point.
Yes, they're mainly focusing on like confusion and like suspense. You don't know what's gonna happen, so like you're looking at this guy, and then all of a sudden you're just grabbed from the puddle underneath them or something like that. The next sequel that they announced was Wolfenstein 2. That's gonna be. It looks great. Actually, it looks
I've
good.
never really liked Wolfenstein. I don't know. It didn't really do anything for me. But this one, the
I
cool
like
thing
Wolfenstein wasn't that bad.
The cool thing about this is that like the trailers and like for both of these games are actually pretty extensive. We saw a lot from Wolfenstein, whether it was real gameplay or just like
I think we saw some real gameplay.
There was some gameplay in there, but very flashy, lots of different characters.
Gore. They definitely took things from Doom. Making it like fast paced and like being able to charge people and like just shoot them up, just lots of blood.
Right.
Yeah. What else? They not a sequel, but maybe an add-on on September 15th. Dishonored 2, I think, is getting a getting a DLC called Death of the Outsider. So the Outsider, I think, is the main villain, right?
Yeah, can't remember the name. I played the game.
But there's a new character. He's probably has new abilities. He's got this mechanical arm, or like I don't know, some like witchcraft thing.
Right.
Like it was pretty. It looked pretty like feeble, like just about to snap or something. But he just has it.
It was a cool trailer.
And then on the more competitive side, Quake World Championships was announced. So Quake has always been like, more than Doom, like fast paced, like multiplayer, like shoot 'em up.
I mean, there's like a whole esports community on this game now. Like
Quake was the first esports.
Yeah, exactly.
game.
Yeah, exactly. That has been it established that pretty much.
Quake was one of the first games I played actually on Nintendo. It's the cartridge is actually over there. So but yeah, there's a whole sign up and like world championships for like a $1 million cup. So go after it.
There's also a new character, I believe, that he's from one of the games, and I don't remember.
A character in Quake?
Yeah, it's like his name is BJ something.
Oh, I don't know.
There's a new character. Go check that out. But that was pretty much it. And then it was really upsetting because there's been lots of rumors of at least 2 new IPs, especially one being Starfield, a Fallout. It's some
They didn't announce anything at E3.
Yeah,
though.
I know. I've heard rumors of something called Starfield, which is supposed to be some kind of Fallout spin-off, which that's only rumors, but it's been circulating around like Twitter and the whole internet community.
People were talking about maybe it's going to be released at E3, like they're going to announce it, but nope, nothing. There was no announcements, no trailers, nothing.
No Todd Howard.
Yeah, nothing. They didn't talk about what else does Bethesda come out with? There was a whole list that one of the Twitch streamers was talking about.
I don't know. I don't remember, but what because I know he had a whole list, but that was just all.
These are all the things that they talked about at E3, and they also mentioned that all of them, including like Skyrim on Nintendo Switch and the VR stuff, are all coming out this year. So you should see them by then.
I just remembered one of the other rumors that that was on his list was a new Elder Scrolls 6, which would not even be close to coming out. But
no,
come on, we want an announcement,
man.
They
didn't announce anything like that either. So
like it
have to wait.
I wasn't unhappy.
Rumors.
I wasn't unhappy with what Bethesda had to offer. It was just the fact that they ended it, and it was just like nothing new. I wanted to see at least one thing that was brand new.
Honestly, I don't think they really needed a conference, really. Like they didn't announce. I mean, Evil Within 2, the Quake Championship stuff was cool. The Skyrim Nintendo thing was cool, but other than that, like the VR, the Creation Club, you know, expansion pack for your game that not a lot of people play, it wasn't really necessary, you know.
No.
While we're seeing like Xbox had like 42 games announced, Sony probably has something. We
just watched Ubisoft.
Well, we just watched Ubisoft, and they had some really good stuff in there.
I honestly think I liked it more than Xbox. I'm not gonna lie.
Ubisoft?
Yeah, personally, just personally.
Well, but we'll talk about that on the Ubisoft
next stream.
But yeah, so that's gonna be it for the Bethesda games.
I still love you, Bethesda.
Because, you know, hometown. But
hometown. I love Fallout, Skyrim. Bless us next time. I want to see Todd Howard's sexy face. Okay? Next time, Bethesda.
Alright, but that's pretty much it. So we'll see you guys again on the Ubisoft video.
Peace out.